Okay, so today we're going to do a few stretching movements and some balance movements, but first we'll do a few minutes warm up and we'll just review what we did last week. Okay, so I'm going to shake the 9 gates. So start shaking your hands. Want to make sure our body's just at least a little bit warmed up. So you start by shaking your hands and you shake your body. We're trying to open up the major joints of the body. Break up any adhesions in your body that are built up. So your skin's going over your muscles over the bones, you're bouncing, you're making a little shock wave in your, just breaking up the adhesions in your internal organs. Okay, there. Okay, now we're going to swing the dragon's whiskers. So you start back and forth, your head follows your shoulders. Okay, so to be loose, and then you try to work up so that you look all the way behind you at the same spot. Okay. This is opening up the spine because you're following your shoulder. It's loosening up your neck too. Okay, so now we're going to reach. You reach out toward that wall, toward the ceiling, and then you lean and you try to touch the other wall. So you're going to breathe in, reach, reach, reach. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, reaching, breathe out. You should be reaching that way. You should be getting a lot of stretch on this side. One more each side. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay. So now we're going to take our hands, put your hands, and mesh your fingers. You're going to come up, you push out. Okay, so you're going to come up and you're going to breathe in and then breathe out. Okay, now you're going to breathe in and you're going to lean to one side as you breathe out. Breathe in, this is called 2 hands press the heavens. Breathe out, lean to the other side. Breathe in, breathe out, turn behind you. Come back, breathe in, breathe out, turn the other way. Okay, so we'll go through 2 more sets. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, lean, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, keep going. I have to admit people now. Okay, do one more. So breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, now breathe in, and when you breathe out, you turn. And then breathe in, breathe out, turn the other way. Okay, now we're going to split the heaven and the earth. So what you do is, one hand comes up, it's pointing toward the same direction as your shoulders. The other one is pointing, your other hand on the body is pointing forward, and they're both pushing. You're trying to stretch, open up the meridians. Stretch, you're pushing down equally as you're pushing up. So breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and then breathe in, breathe out. Okay, so we're just going to quickly review just for a minute what we did last week, which was posting. So for the posting, your knees are bent, your hips stay on the same level. You shift to one side, your hip, knee, and ankle are the same. So you're going back and forth, your head staying flat. Okay, like I said, this is actually one of the major foundational movements for Tai Chi. Okay, so now we did the hand movements. Okay, so we will do turning the mill. Okay, so remember your hands stay in front of your navel. So you shift here, turn. We're shifting and turning, shifting, turning. So your post, turn, post, turn. Okay, so if you haven't had this before, you can watch the last week's lesson. So what we did last week is we turned, as we posted this side, our hands came out, so they basically stay in the same position. Then when I turn my body, they swing around. When I post back, they come to my navel, and then I turn. Okay, so what we did last week was you did 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this week you should keep practicing it, but now in Tai Chi, you never stop moving. So what you want to do is instead of doing the count, 1, 2, 3, 4, go really slowly right now. You turn. You never stop. So as your hands come in, just as I get there, you turn. Okay, so this, you want to go very slowly right now to make sure you're doing all 4 parts. Okay, but what you should do is, if you can do this like for 5 minutes a day, it's actually, if you're doing it really slowly like this, it's actually a meditation. So you can do it like right before you go to bed. If you want to calm down, you can just do this really slowly. But you're engaged. I mean, you're doing the Tai Chi. You're posting, turning, posting, turning. In Tai Chi, the principle is your feet move your waist. So your feet move your waist. That's what happens when you post. And then your waist is turning your hands, right? So the other one we did was wave hands like clouds, where your hands are just coming up. So it was the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this week, just keep practicing, but just go slowly. You want to make sure you're not skipping any of the parts. Okay. All right. So the first part we're going to do is it's spring. In different parts of the year, you do different kind of training, and it's spring, so it's wood. Things are flexible, so you're supposed to be doing stretching as things are growing and expanding. So what we're going to do is work on our legs a little bit. We have this piece of training apparatus here. So for people who are just starting and have a problem with their balance, what we're going to do is we want to stretch out the hamstrings. A lot of the pain that you have and headaches in your back are because your hamstrings aren't stretched out. So we're going to start out. You can use a chair. You don't have to use a chair if you don't want. I'm just going to use a chair for right now. So you put your hands on the chair. What you want to do is you want to bend. You want to make sure you're bending. We're trying to stretch the hamstring. So you're not bending your back. You're bending from the hips. Okay, so your hands are here. So you're looking up. You're trying to look straight. So this is like a horse's back. So you're up. They call this either a cat or a turtle back when you're bent this way. This way is like a horse. So you're looking up, and you want to shift forward onto your hands. Your weight goes onto your balls of your feet. And then when you shift back, you try to go a little bit lower, and your weight goes onto your heels. So you're shifting back and forth. All right, but the important part is your back is arched, and you're trying to look up, and that way you should feel in your upper hamstrings. This is an upper hamstring. Okay, if you can do that, if you can also, you're trying to pull your shoulder blades back. So if you're not using the chair and you're just doing it in the air, you want to pull your shoulder blades back as you bend. That makes your back bend more, and you should get a stronger feel. So you're trying to touch the lower part of your shoulder blades. Okay. So we'll just do those. We'll do 3 of those. So your hands are here, or if you have a brick or something, or if you can touch the floor, help. But you have to. The main thing is not to bend forward. You got to keep your back arched, because that's aiming for these. So you're just going to go forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. Okay, and for the timing, you can do it. There's some music. I'll put out a link this week that has music that has, for timing, it has a ding every 4 seconds, so you can coordinate with your breathing. So breathe in, go forward for 4 seconds, breathe out, go back. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Okay. So that's aimed at the upper part. Like I said, different parts of the year, you work on different parts of your body. So over the whole year, you're going to work through your entire body. So this is spring, we're working on stretching. So we have one other stretching movement, which is, these build up your balance too, because this one's at 45, and this foot's out. Okay, so what you're doing is, Chinese teachers have long white beards. So you come up, you stroke your beard, and then as you come down, you reach for your toes. Okay. Once again, if you need balance, you can use a chair to keep yourself up. You have to take care. You have to go whatever level that you can do. Okay. So so you can just, if you have problems with your balance, hold the chair, and then you can use your hand to stroke the beard. Okay, so the lower foot, so this is also building up your lower body, because you're standing on one leg, and most of the weight's here, so you're building up this leg, and you're learning to balance. There's only a small amount of weight on this, so it's like 70-30. So you're on your heel, and you want to have your toe pointing toward up, pulled back. Okay, that's called the 7-star stance, because it's pointing, you're trying to make your toe point at the Big Dipper, which is 7 stars. So you're here, you're going to stroke your beard. Okay, so if you can keep your back arched the first time, you get that stretch again in the back. And then as you get to here, you breathe out and you reach. If you can reach your toes, that's good. But anyway, whatever level you're at, you can only go this far. And then lean down, that's good. You're trying to stretch further down the leg, because you're bending your back this time. You're feeling it further, you can feel it further down. So we'll just do a few of those on each side. So you're coming up, this foot's you're in the 7-star stance, most of your weight's here. You're coming up, stroking your long white beard, and then you reach. And then to give your leg a rest, you can do it on the other side. Stretch. Like I said, these are all to stretch out your hamstrings, which is a lot of people's back problems that are actually because their hamstrings are too tight. Okay, then as usual, you're doing it with your breathing. So you breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. So bend down. First straight, you should feel it in your hamstrings, upper hamstrings, and then as you bend in, you should feel it kind of the stretch move down the leg. Do one more each side. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, so if you do these, my phone's not here. All right, I was going to have music, but I thought my phone was here, but it was Peggy's phone. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do actually one more stretch. Once again, for the hamstrings. This is for the hamstrings all the way along. Okay, so this one, what you do, this is opening up your chest, right? You want to do a lot of stretching this way, back and forth, where you push your shoulder blades together in the back, and then you try to push your shoulders together in the front, and that's massaging this. Plus, it helps your lymphatic system. It pushes fluids up into your brain, clears out your brain. So what we're going to do here is we're going to breathe in. We're going to look up, and we're going to pull our shoulders back, and now our heart should be exposed to heaven. So we're breathing in. Your hands come around. They rub against your body. There's actually 2 liver meridians here. And then you go and you put your hands in your kidneys. Okay. Okay, so this is the same thing. We'll start out with the one where we're going to build up. So if you have trouble with your balance, you could just reach over, and as you reach down, you can put your hand on your chair and just go as low as is comfortable. So what we're going to do with the whole movement is you breathe in, then you breathe out. Once again, you do the horse's back, and then when you get to here, however, your hands, you have meridians that run down the back of your body. They rub down there, and you reach as you breathe out. Then you breathe in, and you breathe out. You come up, rub the inside of your legs. Okay, then you breathe in. Okay, open up your chest, scrub your ribs, grab your kidneys, bend, horse stance, horse back, and then breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. One more, breathe in, open up. Your back, then breathe out. Move your hands down the back of your leg. Breathe in. Breathe out. So those are all working on your hamstrings. Like I said, if you're having problems, back problems, that will solve not all back problems, but a lot of back problems. Also, if you're having problems like if you have collapsed disc or things, be careful. You have to be aware of what you can do. So, it's better to start out easily, and then as you can see that it's either helping or at least not hurting, you could do the more dynamic ones. You have to take care of yourself first. So, so the next, we're going to do 1 or 2 more movements. The next one in Taichi, so this set of courses is for Taichi basic movements. So you learn the basic movements, and then later you put them together into the form. So one of the things that you do in the form, there's one where you come here, and then you do something like patting the horse's head. So you step up, you feed the horse, and then you pat the horse on the head. Okay, so we're going to just practice that. This also builds up your balance. So we're going to do what's called a cat stance or an empty stance. So in this stance, this foot's 45. We're going this way, so this foot is 45 to that. This foot comes up and just the toe touches. And 90% of the weight's on the back. So if you're looking at it from the side, so you're here and just your toe is touching. So this is an empty stance or a cat stance. See, so there's almost no weight on this toe. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do the hand movement. Well, first, the foot movement for this one is here. We'll start with that. So we're going to be here. This foot's at 45. This is called pointing. This is also an important stance you have to be aware of. So this foot's at 45, and you're just pointing with the ball of this foot. So you're going to come here, your foot comes up, and then it touches down with almost no weight. Then you're going to come back, step over here, it's 45, you point, then this foot comes up, and you're just going to step on the toes. So you're going here, point, bring your knee up, cat stance. Here, point, knee up, cat stance. Here, point, knee up, cat stance. One more time. So step over, this foot's at 45. You point with the other toe, lift up your knee, and then you come down. All your weight's on the back leg. So you don't want to be leaning forward. Your body should be straight. Okay, so now I'll just do the hand movement. So what you're doing is this hand scooping up and giving some oats to the horse. The other hand comes up, like you can think of it. This is lifting a platter. This is picking up some of the oats. Okay, so you get here. After you get here, you're going to scratch your ear, and then after you scratch your ear, this hand's going to come and pat the horse on the head, and this hand comes back. Okay, so scoop. You can think of it, if it's easier, you can think I'm lifting up 2 platters, but anyway, the front hand, you're feeding the horse, you're scratching your ear, and then you're patting the horse. Okay. Lift, scratch, pat. Okay, we'll do it on the other side. So we're pointing right now, we're pointing. So we're lifting, scratch your ear, pat the horse. So this hand comes back. So feed the horse, scratch your ear, pat the horse. Feed the horse, scratch your ear, pat the horse. All right, now the fun part, because now you got to do it together. All right, so here we go. So we're here. We're feeding the horse. When you go to scratch your ear, you lift up your knee, and then you put your knee down. You go into cat stance as you pat. So we're here. You're pointing, just like before. You're lifting the 2 platters. You're feeding the horse. Okay, scratch your ear, pick up your knee, and then pat the horse when you put your foot down. You have to make sure you're maintaining, you're not shifting forward. In Taichi, you're always maintaining your balance. When you're doing this, you're not like leaning forward to get the horse. You're here, scratch your ear. We'll do the other side so you can see. So you're here, feed the horse, scratch your ear, pat the horse. We're going to do the other side, which is feed the horse, scratch your ear, pat the horse. Okay, so here we go. We'll go through it. And this is in fact called patting the horse. This movement's called patting the horse's forehead. So you're here, lift, pat. You go to the other side, the hands come down. You lift to feed the horse, scratch your ear, pat the horse. You're going to come switch to the other side, lift the platters to feed the horse, lift to scratch your ear. The other side. Lift the platters, scratch your ear, pat the horse. Other side. Lift the platters to feed the horse. Scratch your ear. Pat. Ear. So this is, you want to make sure when you shift, this is building your balance, obviously, because you're standing on one leg a lot, but also when you do the shifting, and here, remember all the weights, all this whole thing is happening on your back leg, which means you're building up your ankle and your leg, the muscles in your legs, the muscles in your ankles to improve your balance. Okay. All right. So that's patting the horse. So we're going to do one more, which is called playing the lute, which is the same, somewhat the same thing. You've gone through the movement in the form. You've gone through. You've done a movement. Then you come back. You step up, and you play a lute. Okay. But this is the same. What we're doing now is we're trying to build up our balance by making us stand on one leg, which builds up the strength of that leg, and also then we have to maintain our balance, and that'll build up over time. So at the beginning, if you have trouble with your balance, instead of like lifting your leg up, you can just leave your leg and like step out to the thing, maintaining. Or the other thing you could do is we can use our equipment, training equipment. So when you're doing this, when you're doing these, then you can shift to the other side. You can just do one side. So you can do here, you can lift, and that way you can make sure you don't fall over. All right. Which is one of the main things you try to do in our training, not fall over. Okay. But that has to be up to you since I can't see you. So here we go. The next one, this is the final one we're going to do today, which is, it's called Playing the Lute. Okay, so on this one, on the last one, you did the cat stance. So you're learning the different Taichi stances. So this one was the cat stance where all the weight's on the back leg and just the tip of the toe. This one is the stance you did before, which is 70% here, and then you're doing the 7-star. So this foot is out, just the heels on the ground, and the toes are up. You're pointing at the Big Dipper, the 7 stars. Okay. So, and if you think this is kind of a funny, you have to remember this is martial arts because this might seem like kind of a funny stance, but actually this is when you're fighting, you come in and you use that one. You're in this stance to break the other person's ankle in case this ever comes up where you need to get away. Right? So, okay. So what we're doing is, once again, we're in this stance where this is 45. You're pointing, the pointing stance. So what you're going to do is you're going to scoop some water, and then when you get up, the hand that's of the leg that's forward, so the pointing one, that's gonna, you come up, when you get here, you hold the lute, and this one's strumming the lute. Okay, so you come to this side, you scoop up the water. When you get here, this holds, and you play the lute. So you're here, lute. Scoop the water, come up, play the lute. So this comes up. Your hands shouldn't be close. They should be stretched. They're in a comfortable position. So you're scooping the water. Your hands are not close. They should be over your heart, right? So they should be in the center. Okay, and then this hand, the hand of the leg that's forward, plays the lute. Okay, we go on the other side. We scoop the water. And then we play the lute. We scoop the water, and then we play the lute. Okay, so that's level 1. So that's if you're having problems with your balance, get the hold, or you can just stay there for right now. You're still building up your legs because most of your weight's on the back, so you're still building up your leg muscles and your ankle muscles. Okay, so the next level, okay, is you come here, when you scoop the water, when you bring it up, you bring your leg up, and then when you play the lute, this leg floats down into the 7-star stance. So what we're going to do is we scoop, we bring the leg up, and then we come down. We scoop, bring the leg up, come down. Scoop, come up, play the lute. Scoop the fish, play the lute. Scoop the fish, play the lute. Okay. I like all the names when you do it because it makes it seem like much more relaxed. You're playing the lute, right? So, all right. So those are the practice ones. Those are the movements we're going through this week, which are the stretching, trying to stretch your hamstrings so that you can relieve a lot of the pain. Plus, it lets energy flow more through your body. You're trying to bring energy up from the earth to get to your body. You don't want that whole lower part of your body clogged up. And these ones, you know, are for building your balance. Okay. And so we're going to just do one last thing, which unfortunately I don't see my phone here because it's going to play music. So we're going to, I guess, because we don't have music, we'll just meditate for 2 minutes because I want to go through the meditation stance. So in this type of Taoist movement, our meditation stances, you're trying to have directed, rather than thinking of nothing, you're trying to have directed thought, and that means you use visualization. So, but first you have to stack the bones properly. So you're going to have your feet about shoulder width apart. Okay, your knees, you're not bent, your knees are soft. Okay, so you've got ping pong balls in your armpits, so your arms they're out slightly. Your head, you want to kind of push your kidneys. You're not a lot, but you want to slightly push your kidneys out so that your lower, you don't want to be arched. You want your lower back, your spine to be straighter. And then it's like you're pushing up with this. Okay, so this is the main thing right now. So you've got your body stacked. So different seasons have different hand positions. So we're in spring, so we're a tree. So what we're doing here is it's like we're in a box, and these hands are like pushing, not hard, but just slight pressure against the front of the box, and then your kidneys against the back. So you're making this force, and then you have another force here where you're pushing your head up and you're pulling your groin down. So you've got a force this way and a force this way. Okay, so we're here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in. Okay, we'll do it for 2 minutes. So this is, the first part is doing the physical part. So we're going to breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, now there's 5 things you do to lead up to the visualization. The first part is, one is fun. So this refers to the fact that if you smile, you generate good chemicals in your brain. So you want to pull the edges of your mouth slightly toward your ear. You have not a grimace, but a Buddha smile. So we're going to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, 2 is shoe. So you're grabbing the ground. You want to be connected to the earth. So you're sinking your weight's in your heels, but you're also grabbing the ground with your toes. So you have a slight arch. So breathe in, Breathe out. Shoulders relaxed. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, 3 is tree. So now you become a tree. As you breathe in and out, you're sending out roots out from through the bottom of your feet into the earth, becoming more connected to the earth. So breathe in, visualize roots going down into the earth. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, 4 is core, so you visualize the core of the earth as a gigantic molten energy, golden energy. That's the color of the earth in Chinese medicine. So you're going to breathe in. Your roots are going down and reaching to the core. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then finally, 5 is alive. So this is the last one. When you breathe in, you imagine drawing in all that golden energy and filling your entire body. You're alive. And when you breathe out, it falls out through your palms and surrounds you. So we'll just do 3 more breaths. Breathe in. Draw on the golden energy from the center of the earth through your roots. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, so now you're going to lower your arms. You're going to bring your feet back together. Okay, so now we're going to gather energy from the sky, pull it down to our navel. It's 1, 2, reach, pulling down the heavens. And then 3, reach, and pull down and breathe out. And then we